This is going to be a great session today. I tell you what, I this past week I was at a listing appointment and I did the pre-listing first. And the lady, I was going through the pre-listing package, the same thing that I'm having you guys build. And the lady turns over to me, and she's done multiple deals in the past. She said, you're just so professional. I'm like, yeah. I mean, that's the business we're in. But it's always amazing to me when, and I'm sure that many of you get this too. Somebody looks at you and you're like, wow, you're so professional. It's like, who have you been dealing with in the past? You know what I'm saying? So, and then believe it or not, I got a buyer under contract this week. So, I'm back in the United States and putting me back to work, and it is fun. So before we go too deep down the rabbit hole of continuing on your pre-listing package, I want to do some announcements. And particularly, let me share my screen. By the way, let me know how you're doing. Throw it there in the chat. Let me know you're doing okay. What's up, Stephanie? I see you. And we got Michelle in the house. Jackie is back again. And we got Paul here as well. Always. Paris is in the house. Oh, you got Paris. You brought Paris to school. Paris is in class. I'm
And
telling
Steph
you,
Heard.
huh?
And Steph Heard.
Oh, Steph is in the house too?
I got my
Okay.
girl
Hello.
here.
I don't see everybody on my screen. We got Jim Hess in the house as well. Mieko. Mieko is 5 a.m. where Mieko is. Like I always got to say that. That is insane. Thank you, Mieko, for being here. Hey, Jim. All right, so let me show you real quick before we get into what we're getting into. So for that, I'm going to go straight into school. And I want to show you, if you go into the calendar, you'll be able to see that tomorrow by the way, last week for our next level Tuesday, oh, my camera cut out. Hold on. What is my camera doing? Here we go. So last week for Next Level Tuesday, it was absolute fire. I mean, it was so good. And this week is going to be good again. So let's see what we got. Standards over situations. How non-negotiables build trust, clarity, and consistency. That's tomorrow. Got to plug myself in here. So that's tomorrow. And Next Level Tuesdays, if you haven't been following our Next Level Tuesdays, it's better than Mondays. Okay. I just got to say it. It's better because every single week you're going to listen from other agents, not just Uncle Nolly. Okay. You're going to listen to other agents that are out there selling homes every single day. And my business partners and I, we don't even invite you to teach unless you're doing six figures. And we like for you to be doing at least a quarter million a year before we invite you to teach the Next Level Tuesdays. So that's where you're actually hearing from your peers, and they're telling you what's working today, what's working right now in their market, and can also work in your market. So you're getting a lot of new, fresh ideas on Next Level Tuesdays. So be sure to join. Put those on your calendar, and be sure to join those. Also, you know what I didn't share, Paul, the leaderboard. I'm remembering to do that. Okay, so let's look at the leaderboard. I know Jackie's been real active this week on the leaderboard. That's really good. Um, let's look and see what we got here. So by the way, I really encourage you guys to get into school more often, maybe a couple times a week. And it's kind of the community is really built to where if you just want to spend an hour a week, you can do that. That's on this class, or you can spend an hour a day if you choose to. And you can go in here. There's so much rich content. If you go to the classroom, that's where everything is. We try to organize it. You guys can tell us how good of a job we're doing, but we try to organize it like all my books are right here. Those of you that are in at EXP, when you go here, that's a whole nother hidden room of training, right? For the folks that are part of our group at Mentorship Masters at EXP. So if you go to the classroom, I got to tell you, there's so much. And if you're new to the group, you want to start here with this first one. If you're ever looking for a lesson that we've done in the past, you're going to go to our library, and it's going to have all the lessons right there. Now, what we're studying is, and this is so important, and there's so few. If I was to line 100 agents up, I would maybe find two that have built this out. And it's that important. It's so important that, me just getting back into the States and I say, okay, well, people want me to represent them because I have a lot of past clients and stuff. I got to rebuild my pre-listing package. I got to rebuild everything, and I'm building it with you guys. So we're actually doing this together. Okay. But it's so important that I won't even really my foot, dip my foot back in the game until I have my pre-listing package ready. Like it's to me, it's that important. So if you look at what we've studied so far, we did part one, two, three, four, and part five of actually tools of the listing trade, and that's on your book, your seller guide. Now we're last week we did part two of the pre-listing package itself. The week before we did part one. Today we're actually doing part three of the pre-listing package. And let me show you what we have. And that's why I say by the time we're done, I think this is going to be like a 13-part series, something like that. I like to break things down very, very granularly because, and what one of my favorite topic, my very favorite topic of all time, is scripture. I love to study the Bible. I started studying the Bible when I was 18 years old, and I became a Bible teacher when I was 19. Okay. So my pastor would put me up front to teach at about 19, 20 years old. And so it's the oldest topic that I've been teaching. And second to that is quantum physics. Now, I don't teach a lot of quantum physics with you guys because, I just, we just don't usually go down those rabbit holes. But that's actually my favorite topic to teach on is quantum physics outside of scripture. And quantum physics is really the study of matter at the subatomic level. That's all it is. You're studying like everything has a subatomic level. So if I pull up, this water cup or my drinking cup here, whatever it is, everything is, when you study it at the subatomic level, that's below the atom. Now, scientists used to think that the atom was the smallest particle. And by the way, scientists are very arrogant. Okay, that's just how, and I consider myself a quasi-scientist as well. Scientists just happen to be very arrogant. And so at some point they said the atom is the smallest structure, da 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 da. And that was completely disproven, debunked. And so when you study stuff at the subatomic level, okay, it really um, it really helps you make sense of it. And so whenever I'm doing teaching, like I'm actually teaching you listings at the subatomic level. I'm teaching you listings. We're breaking it all down and then we're putting it back together is what we're doing. And it just actually it demystifies it. And the reason that's important is because a lot of times people see what I do. Man, you doing, I did 10 listings a month, did that for 10 years in a row, and they think that that's spectacular. And it really isn't. If you have your afternoons for appointments and you go on two appointments a week, two or three appointments a week, that you're doing the same thing I did. Okay. There's really no difference. If you go on one appointment a week, you're going to have 40 closed transactions. Just go on one appointment a week. And if you're doing your lead generation every day for 2 hours, there's no reason you couldn't create one appointment from that. Okay, it's just impossible not to. So it's easier than you think when you break it down the right way. So let's see what we've studied so far. So far we've already looked at, and this is the cover letter. Not only am I actually going through all the documents with you, but I'm also going through the scripts. It's so important, okay, the scripts of how to use these documents. So I know Jackie told me last week, she was like, She thought the call was so good, Paul, that she went and listened to it twice again. And one time she had her cousin with her, like, hey, let's listen to this. So, because, and I try to make them that way where there's a lot of scripts, there's a lot of meat, a lot of content. And then Stephanie added to it as well, because, she's a teacher as well. All right. So we talked about the Nolly team or the sales system. That's going to be your name inserted there. Okay. The Stephanie Wilbanks sales system. That's really that's your marketing plan. Okay. But you're going to call it a sales system. Then we talked about real results, success stories. We already covered that. We did the special report, top 4 reasons homes don't sell. And that is a great document, not only to educate your clients, but also to get price adjustments. Because when the property is priced correctly, it sells. Okay. When it's not priced correctly, it doesn't sell. We went through the agent interview sheet, top 10 questions to ask any agent before you list your home. We went through, what that document is, how to use it, why to use it, the scripts around it. And today we're going to talk about the top 10 reasons someone should hire you. Now, I don't know if you know this or not, but when you go on a listing appointment, it's like a job interview. Okay. Now, when you have your pre-listing package, it becomes much less than a job interview. Have you ever gone on a job interview where you were maybe a little bit nervous? And by the way, I still get that. So when I go on a listing appointment and I slide up in front of the house and I park, I'm thinking, okay, where am I going to park? Am I going to park across the street, on the side? I never park in the driveway. Okay. That's just a personal thing. I just don't do. But I park right on the side. I pick my parking spot, and I got that little jumpy nervousness. Anybody ever had that when you're rolling up to a listing appointment or a buyer appointment? Anybody ever had that? I'm the only one. So what I learned years ago was how to transform fear into excitement. Because fear and excitement in the human body and the Homo sapien has the exact same sort of frequency, and it has the same manifestations. So if I'm on stage and like let's say I'm on a game show and I just want a brand new car, okay? I'm stammering. I can't talk. I'm shaking. I'm excited. I'm. But now, if I'm in fear, okay, if I'm in fear mode, it's the exact same. The symptoms look the same. I'm stammering. I can't talk. I'm frozen. I'm shaking a little bit. What's the only difference? Those of you, my students that know this, because I've taught this before. What's the only difference between the manifestation when you see fear and excitement? What's the difference? Anybody guess? Like the what's the physical difference between the two? I'm gonna check my email while you guys think about it. Hey, oh, I got an email in. Okay. Come on, y'all. The meaning that you give it. Yep. The smile is upside down. That's Jim. Yeah, you got it, Jim. The only difference is a smile. So if I go to a listing appointment and I'm like this, I'm still shaky, but I'm smiling. They're like, man, this boy's excited. Like, what's going on? You okay? You had too much coffee? You all right? Like, no, I'm just excited to get this house sold. I could see, I already see how I'm gonna market it. Yeah, this is nice. So now I'm exaggerating, but the point is, I still have a little bit of fear when I meet strangers. We all do. I mean, we were trained to not, trust strangers and all the stuff that we were programmed. And so you can transmutate fear into excitement with a smile. It's the only difference. You walk in smiling, hey, I'm Knolly Williams. Now, if you're actually fearful, a lot of times you'll forget to smile and you'll be like, hi, I'm Knolly Williams. I'm here to sell your house. Nah, hey, I'm Knolly Williams. Hey, I'm still nervous, okay? But it doesn't look like I am. It just looks like I'm excited. So that's a technique that I use quite often to transmutate fear. Very powerful, by the way. So let's go in, let's look into what I'm supposed to be teaching you today. How about it? All right. So what you want to do is you want to give people reasons to trust you because what's the number one thing they don't do? They don't trust you. Okay. And that's what this pre-listing package really is all about. When you meet a person, they already trust you. Did you know that, and some of you guys have studied this, when you meet a person the first time, it's quite awkward. When you meet them a second time, how does it feel? You know, my wife and I just had a party at our house. We've been here a month and she's already planning, you know, she's a social butterfly. And we had like 13 people over. Most of them were her classmates. And there was a couple of them that I had met them already. Okay. So, but it was the second time that we've met because they've gotten together before. And it just is different. It hits different. And there's in sociology, they have a word, they have a description of it. But when you meet a person the first time, it's very it's awkward. It's just different. But when you meet them the second time, you feel like, oh yeah, hey Stephanie, what? You know, yeah, what's up, girl? Like, you know, you go to a place and you've seen the person again. So this is actually what I'm doing for you guys is I'm creating a second meeting. Because when you have a pre-listing package, when you have which is the next thing we're going to go to, the pre-listing video, it's not next, it's not like next week, but it's going to be the next part of our training. We're going to do, you know, we did the pre-listing book, we did the pre-listing package. We're doing that now. We're going to do the pre-listing video. Every single person here is going to have one. And guess what you're going to do? You're going to share your video with the class. Yes. So yeah, that's what we're doing. That's how we're doing it. Homework is called. I'm gonna do a brand new one. I'm gonna do a fresh one and everything with you guys. Okay, the chat is. I got something in the chat. Oh boy, yeah, yep. And so what's happening, Jackie, is when somebody gets your book, they get your pre-listing package, they watch your 3-minute video. Okay, and when you meet them at the house, you're meeting for the second time. Okay. So then when they answer the door, hey, Jackie, hey, how you doing? Come on in. Okay. It's not like, hello, hey, pleased to meet you. Yeah, come on in. What are you going to show me? No. We're friends now. This is different. Okay. It hits different. All right. So what we want to do, since we want people do business with people they what? Know, like, and trust. So they're already going to know you. They're already going to like you because they've seen your video. Who could see Stephanie Wilbanks in a video for 5 minutes talking about what all, you know, she's so cute. And you're like, oh, we just like her. But do we trust her? That's a different question. So now I want to give you reasons to trust me. Okay. And a lot of times if a client has trust issues, I'll actually go over this document with them. But your homework this week is going to be to study the document and come up with 10 reasons why people should trust you. Like, why should they trust you with the sale of their home? You're asking them to trust you with their most valuable asset. Like, you're asking them to trust you with their life savings. How many of y'all know that most people have their life savings wrapped up in their home? You know, the majority of their wealth is in most people is going to be in their house. And so you're asking them to trust you with something that they don't even trust their kids with. Like they wouldn't even trust their kids with the sale of their home. Okay. So you're asking them to trust you with their most valuable asset. You got to give them reasons to do that. And so what I put down obviously is going to be different from what you put down. Okay. So I put, for example, Nolly knows Austin, just talks about the fact that I've been here a long time. Top of the pack, since I am one of the top, I can use it. If you're not one of the top, what are you going to use? What are you going to say? What do we do if we're not the alpha? What do we do? What have I taught you?
Utilize your senior partners.
That's it. Just point upward. Just keep going up till you find, you know. So yeah, if you're not top of the pack, you're still going to be top of the pack because, you know, hopefully you're in business with the right people. I mean,
Hey,
I
Knolly,
when
can you
I
give us
hmm,
could,
go ahead,
could,
Jim.
could you give us an example of what we could put it in there for top of the pack?
Yeah, so you have an upline, right, Jim?
That's correct.
Yeah.
Yep.
So basically, and you don't even have to use top of the pack. You don't have to use any of these. When you're going to use ChatGPT, and hopefully we'll get to that in a minute. And hopefully you've already trained it. If not, we'll talk about how to train it. And you're gonna come up with 10 reasons why people should trust you. This is a reason that I give, but it may not be Jim Hess's reason. You see what I'm saying? You don't even have to use that. But I use it because I can, and I think for some people it's important. Okay. So if I was brand new in the business, well, guess what? I partner with Kevin and Fred. They sell 300 homes a year. What am I going to put in there? My senior partners and I sell 300 homes a year.
Okay.
So, I feel like, and I've been training for a long time. I was just talking to Paul about this. Um, I left active productive sales in 2014 because I was bored. I was just bored out of my mind. Okay. It was like rinse and repeat. Like, selling, selling 10 homes a month and all that. I was working 4, 5, 6 hours a week. Okay. It was just boring. And I really was up for a new challenge, and God was calling me into ministry, which is teaching. That's ministry. Okay. So I was obedient to the call. And one thing that I found is that as I've been teaching, I've taught hundreds of thousands of real estate agents. Okay. Is that somehow you guys have lost creativity. Like you no longer, when we're kids, we're creative. We have an imagination. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not downing anybody here. I'm just saying, as an observation, it's something that I've found is like, man, do people have imaginations anymore? I guess they don't, because you don't have to lie. Okay, if you've partnered, okay, like so you're part of Mentorship Masters. Okay, I've sold over 1,000 homes. Okay. I'm part of the elite group of Mentorship Masters, and collectively, we've sold over 1,000 houses. By the way, just so you know, Mentorship Masters sold 1,400 homes last year. Okay. So the reality is, you don't, I don't, if you just got to know your numbers. But I don't say we sell 1,000 homes a year. I don't need to say that because nobody cares. Like, if the fact that I've personally sold over 1,000, I can use that. But if I hadn't, I'm going to go up. Does that make sense to everybody? Find out what your senior partners have done. I know what all my senior partners have done. You guys
So
should
we
know
could
who
use
your,
like we could say Mentorship Masters sold over 1,400 homes.
yeah, anything that's true, you can say it. And the truth of the matter is, Jim, nobody cares, man. They don't care. They're not going to be like looking at you like, how many did you sell? No, that's not how it works. It just doesn't work that way. Let me show you. Let me find this. Hold on. Let me give me a minute to find this uh document. Let's see. Um,
I think that while he looks for that, I think the really awesome part of that is based on the last time I asked Nolly what how many agents we had, that's over 5 homes sold per agent last year. So that alone, when the statistics in 2024 were that 70% of agents didn't sell a single house last year,
yep.
I mean, those numbers are really impressive.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a real good point. And also, outside of that, if you look at Kevin and Fred's overall group, next level agents. So remember, I said keep going up. If you're not finding what you need, you keep going up. Next level agents, I think, have 7 or 8 homes per agent average. Okay, you'd have to ask Fred, but he was just sharing that with us. It's staggering. We have a productive group. Let me see if I can find. Maybe Paul. Paul, look for that. Look for my chart. I have it on my phone, but I'm trying to find it on my computer. Look for my upline chart, Paul. And then when you find it, go ahead and share your screen and I'm going to show you guys what I'm talking about. So I'll have Paul look at that. That way I can continue with class. Um, and then just let us know when you have it, Paul, and we'll switch. You can share your screen at that point. So let's keep going. But see, but the point is, Jim, a lot of times we get hung up as trying to mimic exactly what I'm putting as my top 10, and it doesn't matter. Okay, you're a school. If let's say each one of you, I could say, let me tell me one thing about yourself. Like, let me ask uh, Carol. Okay, Carol. So you were a school teacher for how long? Let's talk to you for a minute. You're muted.
17 years.
Okay, 17 years. And what did you teach?
Oh, I taught a lot of things: English, African American literature, Latin American literature, drama,
What age?
high school, middle school, and high school.
Okay. So obviously, if you know how to deal with middle schoolers, you know how
Hmm.
to deal with sellers. It's the same. It's the same thing, even if you taught kindergarten. Okay.
Okay.
So the reality is that would go on your top 10. 17 years experience working with, and you could creatively put that. You could say teaching as a teacher or as a leader in leadership. Okay.
Hmm.
Were you a leader in your school? I mean, did you lead the class or the students led?
The last 10 years, I was admin, I was assistant principal certified.
Okay. So you're a leadership, but even when you're in the classroom, were you the leader or were the kids the leader?
I was the leader. I was in
Okay.
charge.
So you have 17 years of leadership experience. Okay. That's one thing you'd put down. Okay. Then if you volunteered for anything, I mean, it could go, I mean, if I really worked at this, I'm sure I could come up with 100 reasons why people should trust me. Okay. I like spicy food. That's another reason to trust me. I don't know. I mean, I'm seriously could come up with 100 reasons, but you distill that into 10 and then but you got to get creative. Paul, you get that? Where's Paul at? You got it?
Yeah, I
Let me let Paul share his screen. If you share yours, will it bump me off, Paul, or I have to stop sharing?
stop sharing for now.
Okay, let me stop. A big part of what you want to do, and this is very important for us, we're business people, okay? You got to know who you're in business with. I didn't just get into business with anybody. Okay, look at this list. I'm just before you blow it up, Paul, let's just show them this. I'm the lowest man on totem pole, literally. Okay, I'm the last one on the list, but also I've done the least amount of production. Okay, I did 1,000 deals. You know how much Kevin and Fred have done? Like probably 6,000. How many did Curtis Johnson do? 6,000. Let's blow it up a little bit, Fred, so they could, I mean, I'm saying Fred. Let's blow this up a little bit, Paul, so they could see. So I know who I'm in business with. These are my senior partners. Okay. Every single one of these senior partners have done far more than I've ever done. Look at Michael Reese. This dude sold over 5,000 homes. Look at Jay Kinder. Let's scroll up to Jay Kinder. Chuck Fazio, they had an 850 person brokerage. And I have cell phone numbers to all these people. These are my business partners, okay? Look at Jay Kinder, okay? Jay Kinder, he sold he was the number 2 Caldwell Banker agent in the world, okay? Number 2 in the world, Jay Kinder, right there. All right. Albie Stasic. All right, look at this guy. He runs a 35-person team and he's killing it. They sell hundreds of homes a year, every year. Look at Cliff Freeman, number 1 real estate agent in Dallas. Okay. He runs a 30-person team. Look at Brent Gove. He sold 3,500 homes. Every single person on this list sold way more homes than me. Okay. That's why I'm in business with them. All right. And if I'm going after somebody that sells, which a good friend of mine, Dylan, he sells about 700 homes a year. So if I'm recruiting Dylan, am I going to go? I'm going to go up. I'm going to go to one of my partners that's doing like we have a partner that sold 1,700 homes last year. One guy, that's Andrew Franklin with his team. Okay, he did it with his team, not solo. But if I'm recruiting a team that does 1,000 deals a year, I'm gonna pull Andrew Franklin on the call. So you always leverage. If you haven't done it, you leverage those that have that you're in business with. Now, if you're in business with the wrong people, that's a whole nother story. We don't have time for that. All right. Thank you, Paul. Appreciate you bringing that up. And so I actually share this document with people. Um, and I know who I'm in business with. I didn't go into business. I don't do things randomly. You know, I operate by design, not by default. Okay. I live my life by design, not by default. I orchestrate my life. Okay. And I know how to predict the future. I predict the future because I create the future. I'm creating it today. I predict that I'm going to make, probably, you know, multiple six figures selling houses just in my neighborhood. Okay. Why? Because we got 2,000 homes here. I didn't even know when I moved here. It's like 1,900 homes. And last year, there was 100 and it's 5% turn. So there was a little over 100 homes that sold. And I know I'm gonna be selling 20, 30 of them. And I'm talking about like not even a 2-minute drive to the furthest one away. You see what I'm saying? So I already know that. So because that's what I'm creating. All right, let's go back to let me share back to what I was. So these top 10 lists, I'm hesitant to go through mine because I already know. Well, I haven't done that. I can't say that. I'm not there. I already know what you guys are going to say. And before I could say it, I couldn't say it. And so it was something else. Nolly nets you more. We talked about knowing what you net people. You could use this right away. You're following the marketing plan, more marketing for your listing. Okay. And we actually want to change this because we use List Hub to syndicate our listings, and pretty much most people do anyway. But I think now they're like 200 and something websites. But after you say 100 websites, nobody cares. Like it doesn't have to be 900. We used to syndicate to 900, and probably my luxury listings will because they go international. Um, you could use this one. Okay, Jim focuses on sellers. Okay. You get Nolly's entire team for the same price. Okay. And by the way, when I talk team, I talk loosely. Um, there's a video that I did that Paul, see if you can find it on our YouTube channel. It's called Every Agent Has a Team. And I'm going to prove it to you. Every agent has a team. Every agent has a team. And so I have a team now. I have an escrow officer. I've got a lender, preferred lender. I've got a handyman. I've got I've got different people that do different things. I've got uh, a credit repair guy. I mean, I got a team. Every agent has a team. It doesn't mean that you have other agents. Okay. Um, Now let's keep going. Let's go to, and we're looking at mine, but again, I want you to create yours. Knowledge succeeds where others fail. So when I first got into real estate, I did a lot of expireds, a lot of expireds. Okay. By the way, that reminds me that did you guys know, not I know not everybody here is EXP, but those of you that are, that we have a choose your CRM option coming up. Do y'all know that? To where you don't have to use KV Core anymore. We're actually switching, Paul. I haven't told Paul yet. We had our team meeting this morning. I forgot to mention it. So we're going to Lofty, which used to be called Chime. We're going to switch from KV Core, which is now called Bold Trail. We're going to switch from KV Core over to Chime, which is now Lofty. But then there's another option that we give you as well. So if you're at EXP, you can pick between 3 different CRMs. You don't have to use KV Core. And so now the reason why I chose to do that, it just something about this triggered that. I think the expireds thing triggered it. now don't go switching because I'm switching. Okay. I went into, Chat GPT. It knows me or she knows me, I should say. And I just asked her, I was like, okay, you know how I am. Um, I don't do cold calls. I don't do door knocks. I don't like to talk to strangers, speak when spoken to, that kind of guy. And so what is here are the three CRMs, which is the best one for me? And so we might we maybe break that down in a future class. But so she actually went through and she said, based on, I know how you are, this is going to be the best CRM for you. Okay. And so that's how I picked going ahead with Lofty. There's another one that we are using, that if you're real heavily like a nurturer, and you're really heavy on the SOI, and high touch with your SOI, then that one's actually a better one for you. But I'm more of a marketer. I'm an internet marketer. And so as a marketer, I like to use a lot of automation. I like to use a lot of funnels, and I like to use a lot of triggers that are automated. And so Lofty's better for that. If you're liking to do more of the cold calls, door knocks, high D personality, then I think Bold Trail is better. So anyway, the point is, when I first got into real estate, I did a lot of expireds. And I was trying to figure out my expired tool as well, because you could use Vulcan 7, you could use Land Voice, or you could use RedX, the RedX. There's Vulcan 7, RedX, or Land Voice. And I was talking to a guy, Courtney, this weekend, and he loves RedX, but he's a cold caller. He's the type of guy that will sit down and he'll make 150, 200 cold calls a day, every day, and it doesn't burn him out. That would really wear my energy down. And he likes RedX because RedX is perfect for that, and Vulcan 7 is probably even better if you're a big dialer. It's got built-in dialers and all that. But if you do more like I do, postcards and letters, which is actually more expensive, by the way, um, then it seems like Land Voice is probably a better choice for that. So 58% of the homes that I sell um, or at the time when I created this, were expireds. Okay, so if you don't have that, don't worry about it. Okay. Leverage your upline. What are they doing? Find out what your people are doing, and find out some, because you're actually going to be partnering with them, uh, getting information or even co-listing some of these. If you're a full-time agent, brag about it, because a lot of agents aren't. Okay. Um, I put licensed broker, and I'm finding that in some states, Stephanie, you may know this. Jackie was pointing it out that in Washington, where she's at, everybody's a broker. So it's not really a big deal. But in Texas, Stephanie and I know that in order to become a broker, you got to have 900 classroom hours. Okay. So that's a big deal. The reason why I became a broker is because, I mean, it absolutely does nothing for me. Okay. It's smoke and mirrors. I absolutely don't, I've not used my broker license for anything. I just pay more money every time I renew. I just renewed this month, and I pay more money because I'm a broker. Okay. But the reason I got it was because I was going to start Knolly Realty. And, I ended up, going into business with Gary Keller, and then I joined EXP. So I never have used my broker license, but since I have it, I talk about it. Okay. So you got certain things in your past that you can talk about. I talk about the fact that I have over 20 years experience. Okay. And it doesn't have to be in real estate. It could be in leadership, like we talked about with Carol. Okay. So what your homework assignment is for this week is going to be to, first of all, if you haven't taught ChatGPT how to like, if you haven't trained it, you got to train it. Okay. And Mieko shared that document that we got when I was actually with Mieko in Hawaii when Phil Stringer did the training, and he shared this document with us. And let me see if I have it up. It's not one of these tabs. I'm the type of guy that has a lot of tabs open. Let me just pull it up. So this document, in this document, Phil actually teaches you how to create or how to teach GPT. It's actually a great document. We've shared it with you before. And I believe we shared it on the last class, right, Paul? We put it as one of the resources. So let me go to the page where he. Okay, so this is the page. If you got the document, are these pages numbered? This is page 6. So it says train ChatGPT to fully understand your business. So all you're going to do is copy paste this into ChatGPT. Okay. So what it says is prepare to generate content for me in the future in future prompts. Before we proceed, I want you to fully comprehend my business, customers, target audience, and goals. Base your future responses on my provided answers that I will give to you. I want you to fully understand my objectives for creating content. To achieve this task, ask me at least 25 questions about my business, customers, target audience, vision, goals, and any other necessary details to complete the upcoming tasks to the best of your ability. Your understanding is crucial for optimal results. So all you're going to do is you're going to take this. If you have not trained your GPT yet, most of you have, but some of you haven't, you're just going to copy it, paste it into ChatGPT. It's going to come back with 25, 30, however many questions. And then you answer those questions as thoroughly as possible. Like literally, all you've got to do is take the questions that she gives you, copy them onto a Google Doc, and then just spend your time answering those questions. Okay. You can actually dictate them in if you want to do it that way. That's another way you can do it. But be very, very purposeful in how you train your GPT. And with this document, with your top 10, just say, hey, I need you, after you've done this, you're going to go back in and say, I need you to create a document of 10 reasons why someone should trust me with the sale of their house. And if you need, you can ask me, questions about my, real estate related or otherwise that that will help you create this document. Okay. And you can upload my document and say, look at Knolly Williams' document as an example of the kind of document that I want to create. And then you upload mine as a PDF into GPT, and then it will create back for you one that is tailored to you. Okay. So that kind of helps um, make your homework easier, or you can do it by hand. This one I've actually done by hand. I didn't use any social media, any what do they call GPTs? They call them AI. I didn't use any AI. Actually, I didn't use AI on any of the pre-listing package or even on my books. None of that. However, I like AI. And so I'm actually going to go back through with all these materials that I've used, and I'm going to run them through GPT now that I've trained it. And I'm going to say, hey, how can we improve this document? Now that I've trained it. I mean, I spent months training mine, months and months and months. And it knows me. I'm telling you what. I can just, anyway, uh, let's open it up for questions. Top 10 reasons why people should trust you. Let me just cap it off. This is one of the most important documents that you're going to have in your arsenal because people do want to trust you, and you got to give them reasons to. Don't just assume that over the course of time they're going to trust me. No, I want you to read this document and trust me today, because we got to work together. Okay, we're going to work together to get your home sold. Mieko, you got your hand raised. What's going on? Talk to me.
Oh, I just sharing first chat GTP link. It's in the
You
chat.
shared something in oh yeah, you want to share something? Go for it.
I already did.
Oh, you did. Okay. Fast cap accelerator. Oh, is there a what is
you was coaching the time too.
Yeah,
Fast
yeah.
cap.
I've coached some fast caps, but I didn't do the. Oh, so there's a GPT section. In
Yeah,
fact,
they created recently, so I sharing you. So I'm
oh, I
a
see it. I see it. It's a GPT engine. Okay, sweet.
yeah. So
Yes.
you was not there, so we received recently. So I tried to default to you.
Oh,
So
I
you're
like that.
part of it. Yeah. So
Yeah,
you can
thank you. That's very
yeah.
valuable. Let's this is a whole sort of like an engine um that was created through FastCap. FastCap is a great program if you haven't taken it. It's phenomenal. Brian Ellington has spearheaded that, and he used to be over Keller Williams University. And I met Brian Ellington back in 2009. It was me, Gary Keller, Brian Ellington sat at a table and we brainstormed on a lot of marketing and training ideas to help our agents become very successful back in the day. So he came up with this idea of Fast Cap, which when we had it at Keller Williams, we charged like $1,000 for this. Some of you guys know it's called Bold, but it's not Bold. It's something completely different, and it's just phenomenal. I mean, the agents that are going through that are crushing it. So what Mieko shared with us is this whole engine that was created to where you could use this inside of your GPT to help you, to come up with content and all kinds of creative stuff. So and to generate leads and convert leads. So it's great. I love this. Thank you, Mieko, for reminding us of that. Stephanie says it's really important to teach ChatGPT your tone, yep, and the way that you speak to your clients so that it provides content and responses that are true to you and your brand. So let me share with you how I taught mine. So it just so happens that because I'm a writer, I'm an author. Okay, so I've written a lot of books. So I've got sort of I don't know, maybe I say a leg up on someone that hasn't written books. Okay. So what I did was I uploaded all my books into GPT. So Success with Listings, 480 pages or 420 pages. Um, 3 hours a day, 250 pages. Triple my listings, 200 pages. The secret to knowing God's will for your life, 200 pages. I mean, over 1,000 pages of my writing. Okay. I put into GPT. Then I uploaded, I said, I want you to listen to my top 10 YouTube videos for tone, for like stories. So I uploaded my top 10 YouTube videos. And she transcribed all those and she, basically watched them, if you will. And then I uploaded a bunch of other content, other stuff that I've done, some emails that I've sent out, some of the ways that I actually negotiate. I uploaded a lot of that. Like if you have any negotiations that you've done, or like an email string where you negotiated a deal and you've got a whole email string, you can upload that. So she kind of knows how do you negotiate deals. And then I went back and I uploaded some of my live events because when I'm speaking to you now is different than how I write books. When I write books, it's a little bit more dry. It's more conversational. But when I'm on stage, even now, I'm a little bit more dry. But when I'm on stage, I'm a riot. Okay. I don't know if anybody's ever seen me, live. People think it's a comedy show. Like I literally one time I was, because I used to go across the country and speak, doing my seminar, successful listening seminar. I used to love doing it. And it was a 3 hour seminar. And a couple of times they would have events right next door. And I remember I was doing one for Aria. It was in Sacramento, and it was the Asian conference, Asian group, all Asian agents. And for some reason, it's just culture. It's a cultural thing. They didn't laugh. They weren't laughing at my jokes. And one of the ladies came up in the middle and she says, "We just love this. This is so good." I'm like, "But y'all aren't laughing at any of my standard, like my regular jokes." She's like, "Oh, we're laughing inside. That's how we do." I was like, "Okay, you do you, you know." But at most of the places I go, It's like if you're not inside the room, you'll think it was a comedy show. And people are laughing. We're just having a really, really, really good time. Okay. So I uploaded a lot of that content because I wanted her to understand how I like off the cuff, my she even knows my humor style. So it took me a long time to do that. Now, if you don't have all that kind of content, um, you have something. Okay, you probably have a lot of emails and text messages and all kinds of things that you've written in the past to where you upload those to her and you just say, "Hey, here's 10 text messages that I've sent out recently so you can understand, how I talk. Here's 10 email strings of me negotiating a deal or whatever upload." And then once you get a baseline, then she's kind of learning everything that you do from that point on. I'm preaching to the choir. Most of you guys know how to use that tool. So, but some of you haven't trained it right. And so it's very important how you train it, as to how the quality of what you get out of it is what I'm saying. All right. Any other questions? What other questions we have? Oh, Michelle says, welcome to Lofty. You like it, huh, Michelle? You like Lofty? I haven't even fired it up yet. Every agent. Okay, there's the YouTube video that I did. It's called Every Agent Has a Team. So that'll be part of your homework. Grab that link in the chat, um, where I explain to you how every agent has a team and how to convey that to your seller. I was sitting with a seller on Friday, and I was going through my. By the way, I got the listing at 4%. Okay, 4% commission, and to me, and a 595 admin fee. 595. I get that on every listing. 595, $600. And so I was explaining to her. I said, you're gonna look at all these people that work with me. You're gonna have this person and 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 this person. And by the way, it's not gonna cost you double to have all these people. Now you'd think it'd cost you double, right? It's not. It's just an additional 595. That's it. And by the way, if I don't sell the house, you don't pay me a dime. So you pay me an additional 595 at closing. Okay. She was like, yeah, no problem. Boom. And what does that do? That covers my admin person. When I get photos taken of the house, it covers the cost of the photos taken. So all those ancillary costs are not coming out of my commission. Okay. And I explained to her, like I explained to all sellers, I say, it used to be that when I would list a house, I'd charge, 8% or 7% or 6%. But now I can do it for 4. She was like, let's go. So 4%. Okay. Now, in terms of what she decides to pay a buyer agent, we're going to leave that open until the time comes when let's look at offers and see what we got. Is Michael Reese in my upline? Yes. Yes, he is. You just saw my upline, Carol. That list is my upline. Those are all my senior partners. Michael Reese and Jay Kinder, they owned a $10 million coaching company. Okay. They were making $1 million a month coaching agents. And they basically they folded it and joined EXP, and they're making more money just doing agent attraction. All right. Questions. If we don't have questions, then we're done. All right. Everybody understand their homework assignment? Your top 10 reasons. You're going to create it, and you're going to do what? Post it. Come on, y'all. Is anybody home? You're going to create your top 10 reasons, and you're going to post it. I want to know why I should trust you. Okay. If not, you're getting kicked out of the group. Okay. I'm just kidding about that. But you're gonna so you're gonna create it. You're not just gonna listen and look at what I have. You're gonna create your top 10 reasons, and you're gonna post it to the group this week. Okay. Post it this week. All right. Post where? You're gonna post it on You're just going to post it right there in school, in our school group. Yep. Post it in school. Like, hey, here's my homework. Here's my homework. All right. Uh, and it's not that hard, guys. We got GPT to help us. All right. Any questions come up during the week? Make sure that am I missing anything, Paul? Was there anything else I needed to cover? I think I got everything. Oh, did you send me your book, Jim? I might have gotten it. I'm going to check the mail today. I'm going to check my mailbox today. And by the way, anybody else has a book that you want to mail to me, throw my address in the chat there, Paul, so they can. Jim sent me his book. I haven't checked the mail in a week, Jim. So I'm going to go check it today, though. My wife was expecting something as well. So yeah, send me a copy of your book. Carol's got her books ordered. So Carol, I want your book. And Jackie has her books already. Jackie, I need my book. I need my book. Okay. And then Stephanie, do you have your book done? I don't know if Stephanie has her book done. You got your book done, Stephanie? Your book, your seller guide?
I'm working on it.
Okay, I'm gonna throw you under the bus.
You can chunk me under the bus. I did ask, I asked Paul last week and he dropped me a link.
See how she's trying to throw it on you, Paul? See how
No,
she
I'm not chunking Paul under the bus. I asked because I'd been behind because I missed some classes because it's summertime and I had a kid graduate.
No, we
and
got you.
just
We
been
got you. We'll send
slacking.
you everything. We'll send you
But
everything
I
you need.
couldn't, it like sent me in a loop and I couldn't find it.
Okay.
And
Okay.
so that is something that I need to work on. But I've been working on, guys, I really feel like I feel like it's gonna get really busy and I feel like we're not gonna see it coming just
It's
because
gonna
we've
be
had
crazy.
we've
It's gonna
had
be
such a
crazy.
long period of time of stagnation over the last couple of years.
Yep.
And I think that it's gonna be really, really busy. So we've been working on Pierce and Steph Heard and we're a team, and so we've been working on redesigning everything.
Oh, good. Good. That's what I'm working on
And
too. Good for you.
so it's been a little time consuming, but
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
really just trying to fine tune that. So this has been really awesome that I've been able to jump in. I'm just behind. I'm behind the
yeah, no
game.
problem. No problem. If you go into this one right here, exclusive partner training, then you'll be able to find your links and everything that you need.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So
Let
yeah,
me
if
go
you're
find
if
that
you're
now.
if you're revamping like your pre-listing packages and your
Mhm.
presentation folders and all that stuff, I just put my presentation folder together yesterday in Canva. It's incredible. So if I do say so myself, and so I'll be sharing all that stuff with you guys so that you can just take what I've done and as you know, and since I'm just now moving back to the United States of America, to the United States. I was in America, but I wasn't in the United States of America. Since I'm just now moving back, I'm actually redoing all this and I'm sharing the templates with you guys so you could just, you know, be on the journey with me. So, all right, that's it. Adios. Thanks, Stephanie. Thanks, team. Thanks, Jim.
Bye, everybody.
Bye,
Hey,
Mieko.
thanks, guys.
Bye,
Appreciate y'all.
y'all. I'll
Thank
see your
you.
homework. I'll be looking for your homework.